Welcome back to Little Snickers, baby. I'm Mike Rainey. To my left, Cal DonJolla.
Hey, Mike.
To my other left, Jacob Furman Matera.
Hey, guys.
Danny Dubs, welcome back, baby.
Thank you.
John Del Calo, tell us about your friend Joe Gatto.
I'm riding high, baby.
I know you are. I can see it. You're glowing. Are you pregnant?
I flew back from North Carolina.
Did Joe get you pregnant?
We got each other pregnant.
Aw.
It was a dream come true, Mike. I couldn't have gone any better.
Any butter?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Start it over, motherfucker.
Somebody's margarine love.
Like over here licking my lips. Like,
Danny, did you pick up Jake's belly growling? John, did you meet him the first night or did you play hard to get? And
I did. I got my picture the first night.
Oh,
I had to make sure.
Did you?
It got done. Yeah.
That's a smart move.
I didn't send it to you guys because I didn't.
you wanted to wait?
Yeah.
That bothers me.
I wanted to make it public before I showed you guys because you immediately wanted to post it. And
I wanted the people to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not mad anymore.
Okay. I'm glad that was easy.
Well, we know which picture we're using for the mass card. That's
Did he smell like you thought he'd smell?
You smell like a high school dance, baby.
Aw.
is that a good thing?
Yeah. Yeah, where'd you go to school? I went to Cologne University.
I went to wherever Heavyweights was filmed.
Oh, man. I missed that movie, Jake. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pretty much just walked around the club saying, "Hey, I'm John. I'm from Philly. I'm only here to get a picture with Joe Gatto and lose hundreds of dollars in the meantime."
Was it worth it?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I would have lost. I wish gas was more expensive so I could have said I spent more. And then, I just said that information to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And one of Joe's openers saw me lingering after his meet and greet on Friday night and was like, "Hey, Joe, this guy's
very
working
nice of
upstairs and is hoping to get a picture."
Oh, that's very
Got
sweet.
the picture. And I said, "Make this moment last forever." Got a little chuckle.
Dude, and then you posted the picture and he comments.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that really...
Incredible.
I was halfway through a breakfast sandwich at Biscuitville at the time when I saw the comment, and god damn.
Did you choke on that biscuit?
Yeah.
It's so dry. Nah, I'm kidding. The biscuits at Biscuitville are moist as all hell. Yeah, he was so nice. The second night, he was up.
A raging lunatic.
I walked by him and he was like, "How was your show tonight?" And I was like, "Better than last night."
Good.
And he said, "Well, you're batting 50%. Those are Hall of Fame numbers, baby."
Oh, my God, John.
And I did a little awkward, yeah, and walked away.
You understand why these guys get their dick sucked so often, don't you?
Yes. I probably could have lingered in that moment and, had some follow-up questions
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I think he might have been down to have a little conversation, but I didn't want to push my luck,
Yeah, you played it right.
Yeah.
Damn.
You
Walk
basically
away.
set up the next interaction. So he
Yes.
knows you're cool, which is probably why he left the Instagram comment.
Right.
And that didn't, I hope, lead to an Instagram inbox conversation initiated by you.
No. I
wanna
tagged
wear
him
your face.
in the story, but
Start tagging him in funny memes.
I love it when people do that to me.
I do too.
I actually do, kind of. But yeah, it was a dream come true. And Joe, if you're out there, thank you so much. 1 down, 3 to go.
Yeah, I almost feel bad that we lied about you having cancer.
What? You told Joe that?
Oh, we have something to tell you. Jake, you want to take it from here?
Yeah.
Is that why Joe tried to shave my head?
He didn't try to ring the bell in front of you, did he? We set a bell down. It's, told him you were just about to beat it.
I thought it was because I was from Philly.
I don't know. I think out of all of us, if anybody could pull off having cancer, it's you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really...
Would you shave
You're
your
such
head?
a nice guy. Well, what do people shave it because some of the hair falls out, essentially? Or does
Yeah.
it all fall out?
I think like when they get treatment, this is such a bummer. Yeah. They get
Then why are
treatment,
you
their hair starts
laughing?
falling out. It falls out then.
Right. So people just shave their head preemptively, essentially.
Otherwise, they look like just like like a crazy composer.
Yeah, I would probably I would go with that.
Yeah,
I would have like some long hair, some falling out. Looks like alopecia,
passion.
right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't shave it. I'd freak people the fuck out.
You would get a job at Terror Behind the Walls.
The summer internship program.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Jake, how about you? What impractical jokers did you meet this weekend?
Oh man, I met none.
You piece of shit. Why not?
God damn. I wish I would have.
Who would you have chosen to meet?
Oh, Joe Gatto's the one.
Okay.
He's Neo.
He sure is, man.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been a better joker for me to meet. Not to downplay any of the other three.
They're all great.
They're all great, but Joe's just got something extra.
Pizzazz,
He's got that wiggle in his walk.
Yeah.
Were the Impractical Suckers there?
You mean the Impractical Joker's version of Chuckle Fuckers?
Precisely.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I saw a few of those floozies walking around.
Is that what they're called?
I think he just coined it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they are now.
Impractical Suckers.
Impractical smokers, cock smokers.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's reserved for the people who give them weed.
Joe's never had a drink or a drug.
No.
Swear to God. Never smoked a cigarette, never had a drug, never smoked weed, never got drunk.
John, I have smoked crack, but I've never smoked a cigarette.
I know. You like saying that a lot.
Tell him that the next time you see him.
You have the bumper sticker on the back of your car. I don't know why you keep saying it.
If you could read this, I smoked crack, but I've never smoked a cigarette.
Yeah, that does not. I cannot believe all the times that you've been drunk, you've never been like, let me try a cigarette.
Never appealed to me, man.
Would you black out when you drank?
No, not usually.
Yeah.
There isn't anything. The only time I remember blacking out, I think we talked about it on here, is when I mixed Ambien with painkillers.
Yeah, it wasn't alcohol.
I was
induced.
fully aware of my actions, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Damn. That's a single mother mimosa right there.
A cigarette probably would have been bad, if you're like super wasted and you smoke a cigarette and get like lightheaded and upset tummy.
Dude, after an episode we did probably, I don't know, maybe a year ago, Jake and I had a cigar.
Yeah.
And dude, I felt like I just murdered somebody. I fucking vomited for like an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you probably inhaled it, right?
Probably. I'm an idiot.
I can't correctly smoke a cigar.
I don't know how,
You don't
I don't know how anything works.
Yeah, thanks for the invite on that, guys. Where the fuck was I?
Probably fucking prostate fingering one of the jokers. But they're your friends. So,
yeah, thank God I brought that white lab coat with me to Raleigh.
did you consider playing a joke on him?
I did. I thought I was going to dress up as a waitress and say, hiya, big boy, and bring him some chicken fingers. Chicken fingers at Raleigh. Good nights are really good.
Oh, I could imagine.
Better than here. Better than the chicken fingers from around here.
That's got to be the worst part about being an Impractical Joker is everyone probably wants to play a joke on you. It's like how everyone wants to fight Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're terrified to. Maybe that's just me. Like,
you want to fight Tyson?
No, I was shy. But I mean, there's people who like want to size him up, and like people who have like a delusional level of confidence.
Yeah. A delusional joker confidence. Yeah.
Dude, you show up, everyone in line to meet him is dressed like a waitress. With chicken
Just saying
fingers.
hi, you big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life is good, Mike.
I was going to bring up something else, but I doubt you want to talk about this publicly.
Is this going to stay on Patreon?
I don't know.
Is the mini stinker going to stay on Patreon?
That will, yeah.
We'll talk about it on that one.
Ooh. This really made me laugh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If you're not on Patreon, check out the mini stinker episode. I got
little juicy tidbit.
Another juicy tidbit from the weekend.
A very sad tidbit.
Fucking fried my brain big time.
All right, boys.
All right.
Are you ready for the coin toss?
Let's do this coin toss, and maybe we'll continue my tale of the Jokers.
Might I add before you do this, Furman, I really like having you on this couch. You have a very comforting presence.
Oh, thank you. I think it's just I just fit in with the couch. It's just I belong here.
You want to blow on this for good luck? Jesus, it's hot.
Hey, you want to suck it for good luck, Jake? Spit it into his hand.
Yeah.
Ah.
No.
You won again.
Wow. All right. Yeah, well, you got your weekend with Joe Gatto. Yeah, I deserve a fucking Stinkers episode for once.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Maybe next week I'll have met another Joker. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds?
Listen, you did the hardest thing, which was make friends with one of them. Now it's floodgates are going to be open. You're going to be going
downhill
to fucking volcano baptisms.
As much as I would never want to go on a cruise, I would pay double for the Impractical Jokers cruise.
I believe it's coming, dude.
Well,
you're going to be going to Quinn funerals. Just wait, dude.
I don't mean to be. I know, Mikey, you won the toss, but I don't mean to be a downer here. He's not a Joker anymore. We got to. I don't mean
Jake,
to bring.
I disagree, man. It's kind of. I equate being a Joker with like being a Marine. It's like once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yeah.
Is Jordan not a Chicago Bull because he played for the Wizards?
Damn.
Always the comparison I go to is Michael Jordan when I talk about Joe Gatto leaving.
Dude.
Mike came back wearing the 4-5, and that's exactly what Joe's going to do.
I use that analogy when my wife questions me about all my OnlyFans money.
Mike came back wearing the 4-5. What was the peak of your OnlyFans monthly?
I was over $50 a month, which is a lot to be spending on pornography.
When it's been free for over a decade. From
my perspective, though, I felt as though it was just simply a mutual respect between digital content creators.
Mm-hmm.
You were networking.
That was nutworking.
Net jerking.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, what would normally pull me into an OnlyFans account is the things that weren't advertised as being a part of the package, but ultimately ended up being a part of the package. The first one that comes to mind is a lady who, very attractive. The reason why I went to her OnlyFans page for that reason, to check it out. But then one of the posts that I saw was her loading her minivan up to donate food to a local homeless shelter. It's like, yeah, I'll give you $3.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, your
nice.
money's going to an even better cause. Yeah.
And then, not of that same, what's the word that I'm looking for? Philanthropic ilk. Was another way that they would get me is another lady would say that she posted that, hey, I'm sorry, I haven't posted in a couple weeks. My boyfriend got hit by a car.
But it happened every month.
Yeah.
But just, I like that kind of transparency. That kind of transparency is what gets me. So it's like, all right, you can have $3.
Yeah.
But after that, it's like, I felt like Oprah. It's like, you get $3 and you get $3 and you get $3. And
you were being philanthropic.
Jake, I really was.
Because it's throbbing cock. That's right. Okay.
Right. I figured that one out.
All right, boys.
Ooh.
You got a good one for us tonight? You gonna scare us?
I do. This is very spooky, man. This is a guy who I was aware of, but I didn't know the extent of his crimes. And once again, one of our patrons suggested him.
Uh-oh.
Checked him out. I think after consuming this shit for close to a week now, I'm stunned that I haven't had nightmares. One of the crazy things about this was most of what he's known for is a spree killing. Okay.
What constitutes that amount of time and bodies?
I think it's spree killing can be boiled down to one significant event. One significant event with multiple victims.
Okay.
There may be a more elaborate definition, but that's how I interpret it.
And is that his only thing that he's known for? That one spree?
He was convicted of 8 murders, and that was within the context of this spree.
Okay.
But he likely killed at least one other person in a separate event.
Tell us the fellow's name.
This gentleman's name is Richard Speck.
Okay. Haven't heard of him.
Well, by the end of this episode, you're both going to be confirmed Speckerheads.
Is he like the music producer? Is he that guy?
No, that's Phil Spector.
Oh, Phil Spector.
I would love to cover him, too, because he's a little stinker.
Did he just die recently? I think he did.
I think so.
Yeah. Happy birthday in heaven
Yeah.
to Phil Spector.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this, buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking
Richard
the
Speck.
one thing that the person who suggested this to me, and I got to look up this person's name, and I should have had it ready for this, but I apologize. I'll give you your credit. So I'll figure out some way, sir. But the thing that really made him stand out as a stinker was something he did after he was convicted for the crimes and he was locked up. It was so fucking insane and such a weird way to go about achieving what he wanted to achieve that I almost fell out of my fucking chair laughing at it. And then when I found out there's video of it, I had to go for a fucking walk. So we're going to get to that at the end of this episode.
Did he start a podcast?
He should have.
Was he? Is he still alive? Or is
He unfortunately, he passed
Oh
away.
man,
Dude,
put
he
to
was-
death?
him and Phil Spector killed each other.
He was. He asked him, "Would you still love me tomorrow?" And unfortunately, he didn't. But dude, this gentleman was born December 6, 1941. Do you know who else was born December 6th?
1941.
That year? Or
Charles
just
Manson.
Just that date.
Manson.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right. The day before the day that lives in infamy.
Yeah, fellow December 6th baby. Oh, you know what? It's funny you bring that up, Jake, because when Richard Speck was talking about his story, he said the day after I was born, all hell broke loose.
That was 41.
Yes, December
Damn.
7th, 1941.
And who said that line? Was it FDR or
Winston Churchill,
fuck?
Marty McFly.
Kid Rock. I don't know.
I saw a dude last night that looked a lot like Kid Rock
Dude,
at a smoking bar in Doylestown.
Oh, wow.
there's a lot-
How was
I
it?
had to bite my tongue.
you had to ball with a bite it. I'm sorry. It's early.
All right, so he was born. That's actually pretty late. Fucking time do you get up, dude? I know this motherfucker wakes up at 4:30.
Yeah.
All right, so Richard Speck was born in Kirkwood, Illinois, to Benjamin and Mary Margaret Speck. So Mary Margaret was a real son of a bitch. Teetotaler, devout Christian, was a real fucking ball breaker. Benjamin was a lot more laid back, but he just kind of played by Mary Margaret's rules. He
Pussy whipped.
Yes, no doubt. You know she had that good. She had that teetotaler
She had
pussy.
that nice.
Did you guys ever have any teetotaler pussy?
No, I've only had sex with drunk women.
How about you, Jake? Where you at on teetotaler
Yeah,
pussy?
I've had one vagina. We're not going to talk about that now.
Okay. Well, we'll get your second one soon. All right. So Richard Speck, his parents had 6 kids pretty early on in the relationship. They decided for some fucking reason, I'm thinking maybe because they were Christian and Mary Margaret refused to use the pull-out method. Maybe she just had like a fucking cooling off period, and then she was like a late fourth quarter run
Dude,
was fucking a jizz magnet.
it's a Rob Zombie album.
So Richard was born long after his 6 siblings, and then right after Richard was born, he had a younger sister, Carolyn, that was born. So there were 8 Speck children altogether. Benjamin Speck was not a particularly devoted father until Richard came along. And I guess something changed with him getting older and having kids at an older age, which made him a better father to Richard Speck.
Was he drinking at all?
No, nothing.
Also,
And
teetotal.
was he the first boy or no?
No, there were other boys.
Okay.
But it's funny you bring that up, John, because there was an instance that I found. And this was the book I used for primary reference. It's a book by Ryan Green called The Townhouse Massacre. So this is pretty good. There's a bunch of books about Richard Speck, but this was just a random one I picked. And there's a lot of good stuff in there. But one interesting aspect in regards to consuming alcohol was Benjamin Speck had the audacity to crack a beer at a group gathering one time. It was like a picnic or some shit. And his wife just fucking let him have it in front of everybody.
Oh my god!
for
And
drinking.
everybody else freely is drinking, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What a bitch wife.
Yeah.
God damn.
She deserved a fucking murderous son. He wasn't allowed to do shit. However, he was a good father, especially to Richard. And Richard loved him. He would take him everywhere with him. Unfortunately, when Richard was 5, Benjamin had a heart attack and died.
Ooh.
Yeah, destroyed fucking Richard. The mom seemed to be able to move on pretty easily. Go ahead, Jake. Let it
No,
fly.
no, no. It's just funny. It's just
Call that dead woman a whore.
Say it, Jake. Jake, take a big gulp of that fucking beer and call her what you want to call her.
I mean, her loyal husband just holds it all in all those years, and his heart explodes from it. And she just goes and fucks like an alley cat right after that.
Do you think in these kind of cases, do you think when your wife is like Mary Margaret Speck, when you get to heaven, you think God lets you get some heaven pussy?
I hope so.
Oh, man.
God, I'm betting everything on it.
Who are you going to dig into when you get up there?
Hopefully, Lindsay Lohan dies before
I thought
me.
I had the same one, dude. Yeah, dude. Yes. Wow.
Always had a thing for that bad girl.
To this point, man, this is so funny. You know, unfortunately, the more I learn about serial killers, the more I feel as though I'm on the fast track to becoming one.
Yeah.
Cool to know.
Yeah. No,
Dude.
I picked up that vibe a long time ago.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah.
Is that why I can see people blockading the door?
Dude, there was something that I found. Like, you know, I've told you guys about my love. I look back fondly on my time with prostitutes when I was single.
Yes.
There was something that Richard Speck had that I think I had for a while. I just
The Zapples.
no. It was called a Madonna whore complex. So apparently, when you have this, you're more attracted to women that are perceived to be loose than women who are perceived to have more of a dignified lifestyle.
Right.
So a man. Like, you just described a man.
No,
That's not
he's
a complex.
describing sluts. Sluts and prudes.
Yes,
You're right.
Thank
You're
you.
right. You're right.
Didn't you go to high school?
So,
You went to Catholic school, right?
Yeah, I
Was
did.
it all boys?
No,
Okay, so you had some sluts and prudes.
we did. Oh, buddy, we did.
John, did you go to all boys school?
No.
No.
No, but I might as well have for the lack of pussy
Same,
that I
yeah.
received.
That was one of the prayers. Dear God, for the lack of pussy I have received, please forgive me.
Yeah, I love pornography. Love look back finally on my time with hookers.
I look forward, hopefully, for my future with hookers.
Although I did get to meet one. Somebody brought one to a show a couple weeks
prostitute?
ago. Yeah,
Yeah. I heard about this.
yeah, it was a lot.
Cross state lines with the prostitute, right?
It
It's a
wasn't.
federal offense.
All right, we're done with this. All right, so 1950. All right, so 1947.
He's all
Jake, you got me.
He's all,
We might have to stop, dude. I might have to go take a bath or something.
right now.
All right, 1947. Benjamin Speck dies.
Uh-huh.
Fucking Richard Speck is just fucking devastated.
Yeah.
He's he barely just started school, and it really fucks him over for the first couple years in school.
Yeah, he's playing catch with the milkman. Like,
On top of the one of the glasses of milk shatters across his skull. That's his first severe head injury. The kid is so withdrawn that he doesn't speak in school. He also needs glasses, and he refuses to wear glasses.
yeah.
And again, I can identify with this shit because in freshman year in high school, in gym, this kid was such a fucking loser. I hate him. I hate him to this day. Fucking Shane Shalady, suck my fucking dick, dude. This kid, this is how big of a loser this fuck was. This fucking dildo was a sophomore in a freshman gym class. You know how big of a fucking moron, dickhead, cunt you have to be.
This is the clip, by the way, for the week.
I've never heard of that in my life. He only got held back in gym.
John, I don't know what the particulars
It can
were,
happen, John.
but this motherfucker was a sophomore in a freshman gym class.
Was he bullying everybody because of his
He was bullying
1
me.
year of growth?
He was bullying
Man.
me. I swear this was intentional. I can't prove it, but I think it was just because I was chubby and I had glasses that didn't fit me well. I was standing around the basket dribbling a ball, and I could swear that he fucking threw a fucking basketball at the rim so that it would bounce off right at me.
incredible athleticism from a kid that
I might just be
got
psychotic.
held back.
I might just be psychotic.
Yeah.
But I swore, and I still stand by it being intentional. And it just destroyed my ill-fitting glasses.
Dude.
And we were poor, so I couldn't get glasses right away.
Did you have
Yeah.
to tape them?
John, they were just destroyed. So I had to go to school without glasses. I couldn't fucking see.
You had a bad prescription still?
It was bad. I should have been given a dog and a stick. But dude, it was so fucking bad. And for most classes, I could bullshit my way through it. What's up,
You
Furman?
don't get a dog and a stick.
What do you
That's a
get then?
conflict of interest right there. The dog will be going after the stick.
My vision was that bad,
You
Jake.
get one or the other. It's a safety
He's
hazard.
left eye dog, right eye stick. That's his prescription.
All right, so they should have given me 2 dogs, 2 stinky doggies.
What an ill-timed sip of beer that was.
So blind as a bat, and I got 2 fucking stinky doggies.
Yo, if that kid, you said you can't stop talking about how bad he was at sports, and you think his one errant shot that hit you in the face was on purpose.
I'm sticking by it, man.
You know how fucking that is like evil genius shit
I know.
to get held back just to fuck your glasses up. That kid could have been a Harlem Globetrotter if that was on purpose.
I'm gonna guess that he died of a heroin overdose
When was the last time you saw him? High school?
in a casket.
In
No,
my
it was,
dreams
yeah.
every night.
Yeah, in a casket. But yeah, he was one of these kids that just had a very muscular body before everybody else.
Yeah.
And was just primed to die on a motorcycle. So hopefully that came to fruition, Shane.
Were you ashamed of your glasses that were broken?
Yeah, dude, they look similar to you ever see Harry Carey's glasses, the legendary
Yeah,
Cubs
yeah,
broadcaster? They looked a lot like that.
That's like the style now. Thick framed glasses is like,
Yeah.
Well, fucking now, but
Yeah, yeah.
in 1992, no. But dude, I had to stand. Most classes I could get away with not, having to see the board. However, I had algebra that year, and I really struggled with math, and I couldn't fucking see. So
So you became fascinated with the Zodiac Killer instead. All the symbols. You're
I'm
like,
more of a shapes guy, to be honest. Shapes and colors are kind of what I can see.
so I had to stand this fucking close to the board for the entire 42-minute class. And
You were hiding a boner or because you were looking at the board?
I had to look at the board, dude. This was like 2 weeks until my fucking dad got paid.
Wait a second. Like during the lesson, that's how close you had to be? You weren't writing on the board?
John, the entire class. The teacher's right next to me. I'm standing right next to him.
Yeah.
Like this fucking far away from the board, just so I
you
could
were
see
just
what this
making him
motherfucker's
nervous
writing.
the whole time. He's just like, this kid's gonna stab me.
He was cool as a cucumber. One of my favorite teachers. We'll get back to Richard Speck in a second.
Yes.
But Mr. Donahue, my freshman year algebra teacher, socked a kid for disrespecting him.
Wow.
It was the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
No repercussions, right?
None. It was Catholic school. Nothing happened. The kid ended up going to public school. It was fucking incredible. He disrespected him multiple days in a row, coming into class late, never had a pass. Then finally, like the 3rd day, this kid, Tim Kopp, I'll give his full name, walks into class. Mr. Donahue's like, Tim, do you have a pass? He's like, I don't need a pass for this class, ass.
Damn.
And Mr. Donahue, he put down his chalk and he walks out to the hallway. And as he's walking out, he says, Tim, can I see you in the hallway? And as soon as this kid, Tim, hits the doorway, Mr. Donahue fucking cracks him.
That's
God damn. Like,
And
that rules.
and dude, it was so, it's like, if you've never seen the wigger leave a white person's body, it was as though Mr. Donahue executed a wigger exorcism. Because instantly he's like, you hit me. He's like, I know I hit you. Go to the office.
his head just spins around like, oh hell no.
But I think that was part of the reason, in addition to Mr. Donahue just telling me to come stand in front of the fucking board, is why I stood there like a dickhead for 2 weeks for 42 minutes a day.
You didn't let you bring your chair up there?
It would have been more awkward.
I don't
Imagine
know,
me sitting
man.
there with my dog.
Yeah. You just bring binoculars to class just to try to see the board. That's incredible. Well, I mean, to be fair, like in middle school, this was middle school you said, or high school?
High school.
High school. Like glasses are like the wheelchair of the face. So it just kind of, Shane did you a favor, sort of. It was like that scene in Forrest Gump when the braces not fall off. That's what that was.
Jake, you should be an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah, I think it's
1947, Mr. Speck dies of a heart attack. Kid's devastated, won't fucking talk in school, won't wear glasses, so he's just falling by the wayside. His siblings, most of his siblings are much older, so they're better equipped to deal with the repercussions of a parent death. 1950, fucking loose ass Mary Margaret falls in love. She meets a businessman on a train.
What the fuck was that slut doing on a train by herself?
she was getting the train run on her.
You nasty, Furman.
She meets a gentleman by the name of Carl Lindbergh, who's a real fucking smooth talker. Trying to give her a Lindbergh baby. You know what I'm saying, Jake?
Oh, no.
Trying to give her that aviator nut.
Oh, no.
That runway clear, girl, because I'm about to make a landing. All right, so so she starts fucking porking Carl Lindbergh. Instantly, she wants to bring him home to the family. He's a real smooth talker, so he's able to win over mostly everybody in this family. But because Richard Speck was the closest to his father, he's just still devastated, and he's just even more so devastated now that his mother seems to be trying to replace him. Right. The kid's fucking 8 years old at this point. All right, so during this time, and fucking Carl lives in Texas. They're in Illinois right now, so he makes enough of an impact on her that they're going to get married.
The family moves to Texas?
Yeah, so the family...
Wow.
Most of the family moves to Texas. Like, the ones that are still underage but older, they go right there. Mm-hmm. Carolyn, which is Richard's younger sister, and Richard stay behind to live with one of Richard's older sisters until the end of the school year. At this point, he's in second grade.
Okay.
The family, at the end of second grade, the other two kids, Carolyn and Richard, moved down to Santo, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas. And in the course of like a fucking year, they moved 10 times. Just, they're always moving to shit neighborhoods and always getting kicked out.
Not much of a businessman, it sounds like.
He's not very good. Well, one of his biggest
He's a bad businessman.
He is. Well, you know, I shouldn't say that, because apparently, like, he was able to make money. They had money coming in, but he just drank so much.
She's into a drinker after fucking slapping the beer out of her late husband's hand at a fucking picnic?
I know, dude.
She's trying to compensate.
Or he's got that long dong, baby. One of them stinky doggies.
Tell Jake. Tell him he's got a Lindbergh dong. What you gonna do with that Lindbergh dong?
That's a big
Jake?
bird.
But this poor fucking kid's got to live down there now. So now any connection he has to his father is just gone. There's no physical structures that remind him of him. They don't live in the same house. He doesn't go to the same school. Now he's in fucking shit neighborhoods in the middle of Texas, constantly fucking moving. On top of this, too, fucking Carl Lindbergh is an absolute cocksucker specifically to Richard.
Damn.
Just because he's the least...
He's not getting any love from him. So
right, he's not connecting with him at all.
So instead of being an adult and trying to ingratiate
take the motherfucker fishing.
Yeah.
Instead he's throwing fucking basketballs at rims so they bounce back in his face.
So he was also an incredible athlete.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the Shane Shalady of Santo, Texas. He would bust Richard's balls so much. Not only like direct insults, he would call him a loser. But not only insults that pointed, but he would also talk shit about his dead father.
Oh, my God.
So this little boy who's going into fucking third grade is constantly getting roasted and having his fucking dad's spirit roasted in front of him.
I hope this guy kills him in the end. I hope Richard kills Carl.
He tries. There's one day where he's just like, sick of this shit. So Richard goes and he gets the hammer out of Carl's fucking toolbox for the purpose of fucking attacking him.
Well, how old is he at this point?
Dude, he's fucking third grade maybe.
This is when he takes the hammer?
He is. Dude, so he fucking gets the hammer. He's like, I'm not taking this shit anymore. And he goes to attack Carl. And Carl's hammered himself, but he sees like it's a kid with a hammer trying to attack you.
pretty funny.
So
and
cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might even go out there and provoke my son.
Give him a virtual hammer.
Yeah. I'm going to go out there and roast his real dad. Yeah, what's your coffin living ass dad going to do about this? But he's standing there with a fucking hammer, like acting like he's going to attack Carl fucking Lindbergh. And Carl's like, all right, dude, fucking chill out. He starts attacking him, and Carl like goes to stop him. And the kid's so wild. Well, the interpretation of these events is that the kid was so wild and Carl was so drunk that when he tried to stop him, he accidentally made Richard Speck hit himself in the head with the hammer. However it transpired, it knocked him out.
Damn.
And it fucked him up so bad that apparently his eyes were rolling in the back of his head, and Carl was concerned that the kid might actually be fucking dead.
Jesus.
So there's your first severe head injury.
Yeah.
He accidentally hits
Yes.
the kid. Oh, give me a break.
I know, Furman.
Come on.
That's a tale as old as time. Your kids haven't attacked you with a hammer yet, and
Not
then
yet.
accidentally gotten hit with their own hammer in the head. Well, give it 6 months.
As he progresses throughout his childhood, nothing gets better. He's still refusing to talk in school. He's getting shit grades. Nobody fucking likes him. By the time he reaches prepubescence and his teen years, he's already drinking heavily. So he's getting turned the fuck up.
Yeah.
Teetotaler mom, suck my dick mom.
Yeah, how's he getting away with that in the house? She's preoccupied.
She's beaten down too because the whole family's getting abused at this point. It's just Richard Speck's getting the worst of it. So he's drinking. By 1955, he's already been arrested. So at this point, he's 13 or 14. He's been arrested numerous times for alcohol-related incidents.
Okay.
Damn.
And on top of this too, this is one thing that really made me laugh. But his stepdad, Carl Lindbergh, at the time of the marriage, he already had multiple DUIs. You know how bad you got to be fucked up to get
Yes,
a DUI
that's
before
insane.
1950?
It's fucking wild. Did Richard get any as a preteen or a pre-driving age?
I don't know if he got a DUI, but throughout his life, he had a ton of just drinking related, like disturbing the peace shit. Dude,
Public intoxication.
yeah,
kinda
like all
shit.
that kind of
Yeah.
shit. He actually had a stabbing that got downgraded to disturbing the peace.
He stabbed?
He stabbed the guy.
And wow.
Disturbing the peace. That's a good lawyer.
Yeah, dude.
Disturbing the skin. But dude, the best part was, I'll throw it out there now, but like it happens, a few years down the road, but he stabs a guy in a bar fight, and he asks his mom to get him out of trouble because he realized, like, oh, I stabbed the guy. I'm probably fucked.
Mm-hmm.
His mom pays for a top-notch lawyer. The lawyer gets the stabbing charges downgraded to disturbing the peace. And he gets convicted of that, but all he's got to pay for disturbing the peace is a $10 fine.
Wow.
However, he doesn't even pay the fucking $10 fine, and because he doesn't pay the $10 fine, he gets 3 days in jail.
A bargain.
Yeah, it is.
Weekend in jail for a stabbing? God damn. I'd stab 4 people a year if that was the case.
Oh man. Yeah, we got to get caught up on stabbings. Speaking of which, how heartwarming is it every time you see OJ on Twitter?
Yeah, it warms my heart.
I almost wish that I got to change it. I would love for my ringtone to be "Hello, Twitter world." That's what I'm going to start saying to my wife instead of "I love you."
Whisper those 3 sacred words in my ear.
All right, 1958 rolls around. He's 16. He drops out of school. Sick of this shit, not doing this anymore. He gets a job as a laborer for 7-Up. Wouldn't that be a nice job, Jake?
I mean, is he a taste tester? What's he doing?
I guess just fucking working in the factory.
Okay.
But do you guys remember playing 7-Up in grade school?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that kind of 7-Up. There's a factory for that?
He actually got fired for the same reason I did. When we would play 7-Up, I was barred from ever playing again because I would suck the children's thumbs.
You really nasty bitch.
Dan, do me a favor. Never clip those words.
What were the circumstances that we would play 7-Up? Just teachers hungover? kind of
Yes.
thing?
Yeah, teacher was hammered.
Turn the
and-
lights
Yeah,
out,
yeah.
put
Yeah.
your head down,
Yeah.
wait 20 minutes.
Man, That was the best.
Yeah.
As a kid who had struggled to make friends, dude, there was no better feeling than feeling your thumb being pressed out. It's like, yes, she loves me.
Yeah.
She wants whoever it was wants a relationship. I could feel it.
Yeah. I'm going to propose today. Yeah.
I would say I love you as soon as my thumb was pressed.
Yeah, there's
right.
no greater joy than that. Sorry, I'm just.
We should play.
Sorry. Can we play after this?
We could. Well, fuck it. Let's play right now.
Well, let's go to Lou Turks and play.
Oh my god. I'll never set foot.
That's
in there
not my
again.
thumb. I know. That's what you paid me for.
5 3/4 up.
Yeah, using fractions in your dick size. Love it, dude.
Dude, I measure my dick like I'm measuring like a playoff first down. It's like I'm using all the chains. It's like... All right, 1960 rolls around, and old Richard Speck falls in love.
Ooh.
Meets a lady by the name of Shirley Malone at the Texas State Fair. She is 15.
And he's what, 18?
All right, so 1960. Yeah, he would be 18. So
Yeah, that's not,
and especially at that time, I guess that's not too far
right.
off.
Yeah, I mean, you could still get. There was probably 15-year-old brides at that time, right?
Oh, ask Jake. He knows.
Furman, you pervert. Can you
Yes.
fill me in on that?
Yes, there was.
He falls in love, and not long after she gets knocked up. I shouldn't say not long after. It's by 1962 they get married, and she's already knocked up when they get married,
Okay.
and they have a child named Robbie Lynn. Unfortunately, when I looked her up, she passed away a few years ago too. Ironically, both Richard Speck and his daughter Robbie Lynn both died at the age of 49.
Whoa.
So just a weird
Bad
bit
genes.
of information,
You know how?
like Jenko's baby.
You know how she died? The cause.
I don't know.
And was he put to death in the end?
He was supposed to be put to death, but the Supreme Court overruled the death penalty at this time.
So the Clintons got him.
They did, yeah. He got the Clinton flu.
Wow.
You'll like this. He was sentenced to death. He was supposed to die in the electric chair, but in a Supreme Court case entitled Furman versus Georgia,
Okay.
the
I'm
death
listening.
penalty was overturned.
Huh.
So he was then sentenced to something insane, like 1,200 years in prison.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
8
dude.
measly murders.
Oh, dude, this was very funny too. When his daughter Robbie Lynn was born, he wasn't there for the birth. He was locked up for being disturbing the peace in a drunken fight.
Damn. Old fashioned dad.
I can relate to a lot of what this dude does. He loses me with the rapes, though. But
Yikes.
That took a turn. Yeah.
I didn't hear about that part.
1963, he gets locked up for something a little more serious than just like being a dickhead while drunk. He gets busted for forging a paycheck for $44 from a coworker. He signs his name, and then he robs a grocery store for $3, some food and some cigarettes.
Dream bigger, buddy.
I know, man. Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Get a carton.
Yeah. However, the robbery dictates that it's progressing past like simple fucking loser shit.
Yeah.
So in 1963, he ends up getting 16 months in jail. So it isn't until 1965 that he's released.
And it was in that the daughter was already born.
Yeah, he's already got a kid, and his wife, she stays with him for another few years. She stays with him until 1966, and he ends up. I mean, he's a psychopath anyway, but he ends up freaking out too because 2 days after his wife divorces him, she gets remarried.
Oh, boy.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's
Did she meet a guy on a train?
Businessman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
did he end up going to Nam? He was Nam age, right?
he did not.
Appropriate age?
He did not. He ends
Fucking
up
draft
joining the
dodger
military
piece of
later
shit.
on, and I'll get into that. But
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's because he had a kid. Maybe like that. Because I know that like, the draft, like, well,
Like a newborn was a way out?
maybe. I don't know.
Sounds like you don't know fucking shit about
Yeah,
this, Jake.
I have no idea. It just seems like a good guess. I think that's like
well, guess again, retard.
that'd be a great game show. Welcome to Guess Again, retard. I'm your host, Steve Harvey.
Yeah. Returning are the we're returning losers. Just a loser streak instead of a winning streak. Jake's been on the show 80 days and hasn't guessed one thing correct.
So in 1965, he's released for the fucking robbery charges. Dude, he's only out a week before he gets busted again.
For what?
Beatlemania. Yeah.
He this is something like super fucked up. He ends up like seeing a lady walking through a parking lot, walking to her home, and he's like super into knives. He's just watching her. Yes, Jake, I'm aware.
Yeah, I mean,
Of the similarities?
Yes. All right. Thank you. Don't
So
give
what,
him
he's
any
just-
more beer.
He's just holding a knife, watching this lady?
Yeah, dude, he's just hanging out watching this lady.
Mike, did he also do jujitsu?
He's watching this lady. He's hanging out watching this lady walking from her car to her home. And he runs up on her. He attacks her and he pins her to the ground. And he tells her, he's like, look, I don't want to hurt you. And if you don't fight, you're going to be okay. But she's like, fuck this. She keeps screaming. Not eventually, but like right away, a neighbor comes out because he hears this lady screaming.
Yeah.
And he scares Richard Speck away. So Richard fucking takes off. And by the time he starts running, like somebody else had already called the cops. And the cops catch him a few blocks away. He tries to like talk his way out of it, saying,
Yeah.
look, I'm drunk. I have no idea what I'm doing.
But this was an attempted rape that was foiled, essentially.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
He gets caught. He ends up getting 6 months in jail. Dude, he gets out. He gets a job working for a meat company. He's delivering meat. Which is, man, what a serendipitous job for a rapist.
So his job is meat related. He is fascinated with knives. All right. Just putting some pieces together.
Yeah, man.
Here.
It's not going good.
It's just not.
Not going good for anybody, dude.
Is the red thread moving on its own behind us?
like a Ouija board. Yeah.
Dude, I found out that during his time working for this meat company, he got in 6 accidents. Because he's driving this meat truck drunk constantly.
Oh, auto accidents.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
What did you think? What type of
I
accident?
thought it was like factory accident, like it's been this
Oh,
many
God.
days.
Yeah, they're just resetting the clock because of old
He's
Speckerhead.
pushing people into the grinder.
Yeah. A couple fingers got lopped off.
But dude, 6 accidents he gets into. That's not what gets him canned. He gets canned for not showing up to work one day.
Jesus Christ.
Just one day.
Yeah.
6 accidents. Nothing. Yeah.
One no call, no show. You're out of here.
So he's
Strict
canned.
policy.
He's canned. He doesn't have any way of making money. So he ends up moving a lady that with a lady that he meets at a bar that he frequents, who's a pro wrestler.
Hell yeah.
He gets a job babysitting her children. Can you imagine how buck wild pro wrestling children are?
Is she the lady we covered like 2 weeks ago?
It is not. It's not Juana
Okay.
Barraza.
Okay. Is it her nemesis? Because Texas is close to Mexico.
Yeah.
Ooh, a border match.
Ooh. Hell in a cell. All right.
It's not a what are the 4-walled things called?
Cage?
Yeah, it's not a cage match, it's just the wall match. Whoever can get over the wall.
Yeah. I believe they call that a ladder match.
They could reintroduce Trump. All right, so he's babysitting kids, making a little cash this way, and at this time, this is when his wife files for divorce. They're divorced. When he finds out that she gets remarried 2 days after the divorce, he goes ape shit, and that's when he stabs the guy at the bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
Wrong place, wrong time for that fella.
Yeah, contacts his mom. He's like, you gotta help get me out of this. She hires the high-powered lawyer who gets it downgraded to disturbing the peace. Gets a $10 fine. Doesn't even fucking pay that. Gets sentenced to 3 days in jail.
So he gets his downgraded, and he's already served 6 months for attempted rape.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy. I thought this was like the first serious offense.
No, he's already gotten
Like, so he's already
got
spent
busted for aggravated assault.
robbery.
He served a
aggravated
year
assault.
and a half, then 6
Wow.
months, and then
he
just
stabbed
3
someone.
days for a fucking stabbing.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
That is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Texas sounds awesome.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to die there. Honestly, I'm kind of torn. Like, I'm not sure whether I'd prefer to die more in Florida or Texas.
What a normal thought process.
Yeah. Being torn where to die. Also, being a babysitter for a pro wrestler sounds like the coolest job in the world.
Yeah.
Like you're not just a babysitter. You're a babysitter for a pro wrestler. You have to say that.
Yeah.
That's on the resume like that.
I babysit the children of Bam Bam Becky.
You're disciplining one kid, and then like his brother comes off the top rope. By God, that's Tyler's music.
Day one, you saw apart the bunk beds so they can't jump on you anymore.
You get a hit with a chair with their name embroidered on it.
In March of 1966, he pulls another caper. He steals 70 cartons of cigarettes from a local grocery store.
That's a haul. Now
It is a haul. He's also a fucking moron. He sets up shop in the parking lot and sells them out of the back of his trunk.
right next to the place.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Did he ever smoke a cigarette?
Nobody has killed people.
God damn, that guy is a fool.
Yeah, he's a fucking moron.
That's incredible. That's like I read a story lately that was like a guy robbed a bank and then like walked right out and tried to deposit it into the ATM.
Jesus Christ.
Like that's that level of stupid. That's crazy.
So, dude, at this point, the police are called because eventually, like, one of the employees sees that, like, he's out in the parking lot selling fucking cigarettes that he just
Like,
stole from the
that's
store.
Guy.
The cops come, he takes off. So,
He's still wearing his ski mask.
The cops come, they see that it's his car. He's gone, but they know it's Richard Speck who stole these 70 cartons of cigarettes. He flees to Chicago to stay with his sister Martha. He stays with her for a while, has a few other knife incidents. Now, his MO is that he's hanging out in bars. He gets mouthy. Guys come back at him, and then
Then he'll
pull the knife out, and eventually, more times than not, cooler heads will prevail, and he'll sit back down and he'll finish tying the load on. In April 3rd, 1966, so things are getting closer to a point where he's about to commit some really fucking heinous shit.
Yeah.
April 3rd, 1966, he breaks into the house of a 65-year-old woman named Virgil Harris.
Virgil? A woman?
I don't name these bitches, John.
Ugh.
All right, so this sweet old lady just came home from fucking babysitting. This lady's 65.
Another pro wrestler's kids.
She comes home, and Richard Speck is broken into her home. He sneaks up on her, scares the shit out of her. He's like, look, I'm not going to hurt you. Just give me what I want. I just want your money. And in describing him to police, she says that he was very polite and he spoke with a very nice southern drawl.
Can you imagine having positive things to say about your captor?
And rapist.
Eyes.
He
Yeah.
rapes the 65-year-old. Yeah. Dude.
God.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, insane.
So he's a fucking liar, too. He said he wasn't going to hurt her.
He does get charged for the lying. If you lie to a
20
person,
years for lying.
yeah, if you lie to an old lady,
3 days for stabbing, 20 years for lying.
if you lie to an old lady, they sentence you to watch Pro Wrestlers Children.
So he rapes, but she lives. He doesn't kill her.
He does not kill her. And dude, on top of this too, he binds her, he rapes her, and he steals her fucking babysitting money.
How does she get out of the? How does she get freed from the binding and like report to the cops? Does somebody come and do a wellness check on her or something?
I don't know, dude.
I see the wheels
like
turning. in my-
reasonable question.
Yeah.
It is, man, but I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
But she got freed. She didn't die. She, didn't
She
starve to
survived,
death.
yeah.
She
So
got
she-
free and then she complimented him.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
That's fucking wild.
very polite, soft spoken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's how sweet this fucking poor old lady was. Less than a week later, there's a woman named Mary Catherine Pierce who works at a bar called Frank's Place that Richard Speck likes to hang out at and get hammered. She turns up dead. Behind Frank's Place, they were building something called a hog house.
I'm familiar with it.
Weezy's juice, please.
Both, brother.
Have you ever seen a hog house?
Yeah, from the wrong end.
So this hog house behind Frank's place, Richard Speck is actually one of the workers that helped build it.
Man.
They find this poor Mary Catherine Pierce's body in this fucking hog house. She's beaten to death. And when Richard Speck comes back to pick up his last paycheck from the hog house manager, the cops have an idea that he might be involved. So they're like, yeah, dude, we might want to have a few questions for you if you have the time.
You got some splaining to do.
Yeah. We have a feeling you went hog wild in this motherfucker. So he's like, yeah, sure, just let me get my shit. He ends up taking off.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's not that dumb.
Old trick.
Yeah.
And of course, they're very trusting. They
have to go to
they
the
buy whatever
bathroom.
he's
Yeah.
They buy his fucking bathroom or his fucking Joe Ball. Let me just have a beer real quick, and
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to shoot myself to avoid all this.
So does he like get away for
He
days?
gets away, dude. He gets away. He goes back to his sister Martha's place in Chicago, stays with her and her husband Gene Thornton. At this time, he's trying to he's just a fucking loser. He's got nothing going for him. Nothing he's ever done has worked out. He's constantly getting in trouble. Can't stop porking old ladies. Can't stop stealing babysitting money. Nothing's working out. His brother-in-law Gene seems like a very decent man. He's like, look, man. He's like, I was in the what are you gonna say, Furman?
No, it's just I'm hung up on the porking old ladies thing.
Yeah, he had a child bride at one point, and now he's completely flipped to the other side, and he's a spunker man. much like yourself.
It's just
I do love my spunkers.
Yeah.
There's a popular meme going around right now where there's a spunker getting dressed after conceivably making love to this younger man, and it says, now we can go get you that tank of gas because gas prices are so high.
Sure.
The insinuation is
Topical.
that he porked this old lady because gas prices are so high and he wanted her to pay for it. I think she's beautiful.
You should have a podcast where you explain memes.
Little spunkers.
Yeah, it's just all old lady sex memes I'm explaining to my friends.
That are not complicated and everything's on the surface. There's no prerequisite
Gas
information
is really
for these memes.
expensive right now.
I don't know that y'all be watching the news.
No, I just go to the gas tank and close my eyes and fucking hope it lands in there.
Let my seeing eye dog pump it. All right, so his brother-in-law Gene is like, look, dude, you might want to consider signing up for the military. So he convinces Richard Speck to sign up for the Coast Guard. He gets into the Coast Guard. He goes on like his first fucking boat assignment or whatever the fuck they do.
Yeah.
While out at sea, he gets appendicitis like a few days in.
So is he our first stinker lifeguard? Because a Coast Guard has to be a lifeguard.
Unquestionably.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not just razzing me now either.
That's day one Coast Guard training is like becoming a lifeguard.
Is it?
Dude, that's like if you get an IT job, like you're going to take a typing test the first day. Probably not. Maybe not typing, but you get what I'm saying, Danny Dubs. He doesn't, but
If you're a no.
all
And
right.
if you really think about it, a lifeguard is, if you're an expert swimmer, you're really just a water typer. That's all doggy paddle is. If you really think about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking very hard. Oh man! Oh,
So,
water
that's another
typer.
meme explained. That doesn't work out. June 30th, 1966, his brother-in-law Gene's like, all right, we'll figure something else out. Did you like being at sea? And Richard's like, yeah, it was kind of cool. So he's healed up. He's like, all right, let's see if we can get you into the National Maritime Union. So he's like, all right, trying to get him to be a merchant marine.
Mm-hmm.
Takes him down there. The purpose is for him to get a seaman's card.
Shut up, Jake.
I love how you hit Jake before you even started laughing. Poor Jake can't enjoy anything.
Also, they're in Chicago, right?
I'm
Well,
sure
the lakes
they can
are there.
do all the all that.
lakes.
The Lake
training on the
Michigan's
lakes.
right there.
God damn, there's a lot of water shit around there.
I just I threw ice into Lake Michigan last weekend.
Yeah, you took a short bus to get there, didn't you? Can we put more ice in the?
Dude, Danny was doing it with me, so accuse him of being retarded as well.
Dude.
Danny's
was
eyes have
nice.
been crossed all night.
That was your guys' fart of the ocean.
So he's trying to get a Siemens card. And one important thing to note is that this the union is very close to the South Chicago Community Hospital. That's going to come into play in a minute here. So just keep that in mind. So July 8th, 1966, he's got a promising lead on some work out at sea. He's promised a job on the SS Flying Spray. Punch him in his face right now before he has a chance to laugh.
Dude. Also, you keep saying sea. It's a lake.
All right, water. Before going out to fucking water.
Just accept the semen spray, Jake. Just
I don't
get
want to.
sprayed with
I don't want
semen.
to.
All right, so he's going out to lake. All right,
you.
dickhead, are you happy?
That's a little.
Okay, all right, cool.
Now
So
I
this dude
understand.
is racking up sexual innuendos on top of each other.
Yeah.
All right, so that doesn't work out. They end up putting somebody else on the boat before he can get on there. So he's like, all right, now I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Keeps going back day after day. And they're like, all right, come back fucking tomorrow. So he gets hooked up on July 12th, which is 4 days later.
Yeah.
Supposedly has a job on the SS Sinclair Great Lakes. All right, cool. Now I got a gig for maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months. Going to make some cash. It's going to be good for me. He goes to the fucking dock. They're like, dude, we already have somebody to fill your spot. Sorry, you're not needed. So at this point, he's like,
I'm ready to kill somebody at that point.
Yeah. Like nothing is fucking working out. He's promised all these fucking jobs on these sexually innuendoed ships.
Yeah.
None of them are panning out. So he's like, all right, this fucking sucks. I'm not doing this shit anymore. He convinces his brother-in-law, Gene, to lend him $25 and he's just going to go fucking party this night. Gets a room at a place called the Shipyard Inn. Gets set up there, goes out drinking, and he meets a lady at a bar that's close to the Shipyard Inn. This is another older gal. Meets an older lady, convinces her to come back to his place. She doesn't really want to, but he's threatening. He's got a knife. He's like, come back with me. I just want to hang out, and I just want to talk to somebody.
Jesus.
She's terrified. This poor old woman goes back to his room, and when they get there, he's apparently asking her things like, are you attracted to younger men? Would you willingly sleep with me? And she's fucking terrified. And eventually when she
Willingly, as yeah.
Yes, as he's holding her at fucking knife point. She's trying to figure out what to say to this fucking guy to keep from getting harmed.
Yeah.
Eventually, he starts going through her stuff. He's like, all right, give me all your money. She hands him her purse. In her purse, she's got a handgun. He takes the gun for himself. And then unfortunately, he ties her up and he rapes her. After that, he lets her go, and he's like, look, you're going to meet me back at the bar because we're going to spend time together tonight.
No, it's a fucking kidnapping situation. Jesus Christ.
So he lets her go because she promises that she'll meet him at the bar at 8 p.m. that night.
Yeah.
He goes back to the bar thinking this poor old woman who he just fucking raped is going to come back and meet him. She doesn't come back. So now he's infuriated.
But no, she doesn't call the cops or anything.
She doesn't,
They don't
no.
Oh, my
No.
God. It's like you could have had him.
Dude, so this is now we're into July 13th, 1966. So he's waiting there. It's
With the date, the exact dates, I feel like we're getting close to the spree. The way
Yeah,
you
this
keep
is it.
saying day by day.
Yeah, July 13th, 1966. He just explodes.
Dude.
He had,
It's been pent up. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Like it's just been growing and growing. And he has one murder under his belt? Or
at
no?
least one.
Yeah.
At least one.
The hog lady. Not the hog lady, but the hog heaven. Damn it.
The pig person.
The pig person. The hog house.
She went up to that big sty in the sky.
You all right? You making bacon over here?
Yeah, I'm making something.
Dude, there was a shirt on the Wildwood Boardwalk when I was a child that I never had the audacity to ask my parents to buy for me, but I desperately still want it. On the back of it, it had pigs fucking in every conceivable position.
Hilarious.
And at the top, it said making bacon.
Was it a No Fear shirt?
No.
A rip-off of a No Fear shirt, it sounds like.
I had a bunch of No Fear shirts, and
Me
I
too.
was fucking terrified.
What do you... I had a No Fear hat that was great. It was a chicken and a cat, and the cat was saying chicken to the chicken, and the chicken was saying pussy to the cat.
That's real bad boy
Just
shit.
wore it to school, put it in my backpack as soon as I got in there.
I think that shirt was a Big Hog shirt.
No, I never had the balls to ask for a Big Johnson shirt.
No?
No, that was way too innuendo.
Did you ever have Cojones t-shirts?
No.
There was a brand called Cojones at the time where No Fear was out. And it would say, it had 2 steel balls and it said Cojones underneath. And on the back, it would say something like, if you don't have the cojones to fucking blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
don't even blah, 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 blah.
You ever see? You remember? Is it like a ripoff Big Johnson essentially?
Well, no. Well, it was a combination of Big Johnson and No Fear.
Yeah. Cashing in on 2 ideas. That guy is probably fucking poor these
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a pussy, but be funny about it.
Yeah. Classic Big Johnson shirts. Poker in the front, liquor in the back. You guys know what I'm saying? Ooh, what a party that would be.
Furman, you wear Big Dogs t-shirts?
Oh, you know it, man. All the time. All the time.
He drove a fucking big dog car here.
8 o'clock, he's hanging out at the bar. The lady who he sexually assaulted hours prior doesn't show up. He's furious. So at this point, he's like, all right, I'm going to go victimize somebody. He goes back to his room at the Shipyard Inn, changes into all black clothing, starts prowling the neighborhood. A couple blocks away, he ends up at 2319 East 100th Street in Chicago. Now, this is on the campus of South Chicago Community Hospital. And this townhouse that he picks is part of a block of townhomes which house nursing students. And in this particular townhouse, there are 8 women that live there. He breaks into this townhouse, and at the time where he breaks in, I think 5 of them are home. They're not big townhomes either. When we put up the picture of this townhouse, you're going to see like just how small it is. And I don't know. It just, to me, it shows like just how horrifying the situation had to have been for them not to be able to
Escape from.
not only that, but just nobody to hear what's going on, and it shows like just how methodical he was about everything. Because to me, it's like I equate things like, for example, like when I was a kid, I was terrified of somebody breaking in, and although I would feel comforted if I was in a place that had more people around and more houses close to
More
us,
neighbors, yeah.
Like if we were on vacation and the other vacation, if we were in a hotel, I felt safe.
Because there's so many people.
Yeah, there's so many people and everything's so close together. And when you see this townhouse, it's like all these townhouses are so close together. However, he was so terrifying in this situation that nobody even fucking made a sound.
So if you had lived in like a house in the woods as a child, that would have been the worst possible
Horrifying
situation. For
Horrifying.
You. Yeah.
Now, we were just joking about No Fear t-shirts, and I said that I was terrified as a child. I really was. I would spend a lot of time at my aunt's apartment, and the walkway leading to the apartment had a fence on the other side of it, and on the other side of the fence was the woods. And I had this irrational fear of me walking out to walk to the store that was a block away and people being on the other side of the fence that would beat me up. There's no reason for it. It's just an insane thought that I
never
had.
heard voices or anything.
No.
Nobody really there.
It was just a horrifying thought that I had.
Just beat you up. Like that's
Just
it.
beat me up, yeah. And it would prevent me from leaving the apartment.
Wow, man.
Dude, my aunt would fucking give me anything. Occasionally, the trade-off was that I would have to just walk to that store that was a block away for her.
Get the delivery or
Yeah, it was like a country store.
Is that where you would get your lunch meats?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was called Travers Food Market,
Yeah.
and that was the only trade-off. I could do whatever I wanted there. I could stay there as often as I wanted. I could rent whatever movies I wanted, but maybe once a week I had to walk to this country market. But because I was so terrified, eventually, like, my fear grew of just being attacked from this imaginary person on the other side of the fence, that she asked me to get her cigarettes one day, and I refused.
And did you explain that you were scared?
No.
Oh, so she's just like, I don't know what the fuck is
Right,
wrong
yeah,
with this kid.
I'm just not going.
Have you ever told her since, like, why?
She's dead. She's actually my aunt that looks like you.
So she's dead.
Yeah.
Damn. You want to tell me?
All right, Aunt Patsy.
I got some rouge in the car. Let me go grab it.
Yes,
Doll you up a
Michael.
little bit.
Yes, Michael.
Aunt Patsy, I just want to let you know that the reason why I didn't go to the store for you wasn't because I didn't want to buy you cigarettes as a child. It was just because I was scared of getting beat up.
Honey, no one would beat you up. You're safe with me.
Thank you. Do I have to give you sugar now?
Now you put his head between your tits and let him shake in it. Like a good aunt.
Yeah. You grab this head back here.
Thanks, Jack. I needed that.
Yeah.
I love you, buddy.
Love you too.
I love you, Aunt Pat.
I love you, Michael.
Dude, not long after I first met Jake, I posted a picture on his Facebook wall saying, Jake, like, I'm glad we're friends and you look like my Aunt Pat.
Yeah. Yes, you
There's
did.
a picture of me and my Aunt Pat at my niece's baptism party.
She's much tanner than I am.
You don't have any Italian in you, do you?
I am Italian.
You want some more? It's my penis in your body is what the joke is.
Zaziccia.
I thought you were referring to the capicola that Mike would get at the store.
You think an Italian cream pie is referred to as stir in the gravy? All right, back to these murders.
Maron.
So he breaks into this dorm. Initially, I believe there's five nursing students in there. And for the sake of reference, the nursing students are Gloria Davy, Patricia Matusik, Nina Jo Schmale, and no, I'm not mispronouncing that. Her name is spelled Nina, but it's pronounced Nina. Pamela Wilkening, Suzanne Farris, Marianne Jordan, Merlita Gargiulo, and Valentina Passion. All right, so those are the names of the 8 women who end up getting murdered this evening.
Sounds like they all came over on the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Goddamn. Columbus's own Italian bitches. Rest in peace, happy birthday in heaven to all of them, but phew, Maron, they really had the names going. Couldn't walk in that place without getting a cannoli in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I'll never mention victim's name on this podcast again.
I'm like, it's the victims, John. It's the victims.
Sorry, I'm joking.
I should have known that we turned a corner very early on when we did the Carl Panzram episode, and I referred to Panzram taking a little chubby boy sex slave, and John referred to him as a little Rosie G cum dumpster. I should have known not to.
I apologize to the victims and the families, but this is a comedy podcast, guys. I'm joking.
Oh my God.
Well, they had astoundingly Italian names.
Aunt Pat, are
Can
you
we
still there?
admit that? Fucking ghost in here.
Yeah.
All right. So initially there's 5. He breaks in and they're set up like there's only a couple bedrooms in this house. And Richard Speck walks up to one of the bedrooms where the women that are home at the time of the break-in are. And they recall him knocking 4 times on the door. Okay. So
They recall this, so he didn't kill them then.
there's one that wasn't. Okay. There's a woman named Corazon Amaral. Good luck with that, dickhead.
I'm gonna pop.
Not Italian. All right.
Corazon?
Yes.
Isn't that Italian for heart?
For fuck's sake, John.
You know what? No, I don't know. I haven't learned hard in Italian yet.
All right. For John's sake, Calzone Amaral.
Calzone mozzarella. All right. I'll stop.
All right. He ends up. All right. At different points, other women come home. Other nursing students come home to this house. They were out They were with friends. They were on dates. He eventually herds them all into one bedroom. Okay,
All alive.
they're all alive. Yeah,
And he's brandishing a knife to
he's got a knife and a gun.
for his demands. Jesus.
All right. So it's the 8 women that I listed, and then the 9th woman is a woman named Corazon Amaral. There's so many women in this room that I think like he just loses track of how many women he's holding captive.
As you do.
Yeah. Motherfucker can't count past 7. Stupid fucking idiot.
What he does, it's estimated that every 20 to 30 minutes he would lead one of these women out of the room. The others wouldn't know what was happening. He would take them to a different part of the house, and he would either strangle them or stab them.
So nobody's coming back after they leave the room.
No. All right. So they're all bound to one degree or another. He cuts up like sheets that are in the room, and he binds them. I don't think like he did, a great job binding them, because one of them, this woman Corazon Amaral, is able to maneuver herself so that she's able to hide under a bed.
And he lost track, so
He loses
she
track.
just stays quiet.
Dude, so the other 8 women, over the course of the night, between like 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., he ends up killing 8 of those women. 8 of the 9 women that are in this fucking townhouse he kills. And then...
Wouldn't you at one point be like, there's someone under the bed, not me, there's someone under the bed?
You fucking rat, you piece of shit, you would do that? If
it-
me
if
and
it-
you were in a fucking room about to get murdered and I hid in the fucking closet.
If it bought me 20 minutes?
All right, just to be clear, is this Jake Furman or Aunt Pat saying this?
This is Aunt Pat saying this.
Get back in that casket, you old bitch. We're done hearing from you. I've made my amends. I'm going to spit on your grave as soon as this podcast is done. I shouldn't say that. She left me 5 G's and I went to Vegas with it.
You're damn right you did. Let's go put a carton on her fucking headstone.
She did love Virginia Slims.
Nice.
Dude, she gave you 5 G's and you wouldn't go get her cigarettes?
Mm-hmm.
She would have left you 10.
Although, the memories are coming flooding back right now. I do have... Can I talk to Aunt Patsy one more time?
Yes.
All right, Aunt Patsy.
Yes.
The one time when you told me that you had a surprise coming for me,
Uh-huh.
I got my hopes up because all I wanted at that time was a remote control car. When that California raisin sleeping bag came to my fucking doorstep, I almost shit in it and mailed it back to you.
Oh, no.
The California raisins were very hot at the time, Michael. And you should have appreciated the gift. It was the thought that counted.
They were the biggest thing in showbiz.
I hope that I hear through the grapevine that your grave's been desecrated.
Is it the grapevine because it's raisins? What'd you do with that?
That's what they would sing. I heard it through the grapevine.
Now I get it. I didn't know what raisins were as a kid. And I still kind of don't.
They're basically broke-ass grapes.
Grapes I can't afford to go inside. Grapes I can't afford to
They're homeless grapes.
Easy. Yeah. Easy.
Thank you, Jake, for being the voice of reason. All right, so all these women, 8 women have been murdered. The last one was also sexually assaulted. He strangled and or stabbed each one of them.
He only assaulted the last final victim?
Yeah.
Hmm.
He was totally unaware that the 9th victim was still hiding in the bedroom. She heard him come back in the room and go rifling through all their shit to try to steal whatever he could.
Yeah.
Because he did want money too. That wasn't just a lie that he was saying to try to keep them calm, because when he had them all gathered in the room, he was saying, please keep calm. I just want your money. I'm trying to get to New Orleans. This is all going to be over soon.
Yeah.
But this woman heard him going through all the shit, and she's got to be thinking, like, he's going to see me under this bed.
Yeah.
But eventually she says she heard him leave the room, heard him go down the steps, heard him leave out the front door. It wasn't until 6 a.m. where she felt safe enough to like try to get the fuck out of there. So initially she
stayed under the bed that whole time.
Yes.
Did she know that everyone was murdered by that point? Or was she just like,
she didn't know.
Yeah.
I think she could kind of infer what was happening.
I'm sure that was a thought that she had,
And I don't know how much each of them heard, but I can't imagine it was much, considering like how
it was strangling
just one by one. Yeah.
Yeah. None of it was gunshot or stabbing. Like there was no scream.
No gunshots, but there was stabbing. Because if you see the crime scene photos of all this, there's a lot of blood everywhere.
Why was just the last one sexually assaulted?
He initially, I think the first woman that he bound, he tried to sexually assault her, but before he could complete the act, more of the nursing students were coming in.
Okay.
At that point, Corazon Amaral, she said she eventually made her way to the ledge of the bedroom at the window. And by her estimation, she screamed for 5 minutes. Nobody came. She jumped off the fucking ledge.
Still bound.
I don't know if she was able to unfasten herself.
Nobody came. Like nobody even stepped outside.
It's a townhouse community and a hospital campus.
Now I don't know if it's just because at this point, like her concept of time might be warped, considering the trauma that she's been through. But by her estimation, she says when she was on the ledge of the window on the second floor of this townhouse, she said she screamed for 5 minutes. And when she jumped off the ledge into the yard, she said she then screamed for 20 minutes.
And still nobody? Or
eventually somebody did call the cops.
Yeah, there's some lady screaming outside, and we're all trying to sleep.
Yeah, it's South Chicago. That happens, okay?
Eventually the cops come, and they get in there, and they see what happened, and they realize, like, this is just an insane crime
thank
scene.
God. So she didn't walk through the house and see all this.
No, she jumped out the window. She didn't get to see it. Yeah.
God, good.
Although this was fucked up, man. When one of the victims' families, after the families were notified who was murdered, one of the victims' families said they wanted to bury, I can't remember which woman it was, but they wanted to bury her in her nurse's outfit because, this is what she'd been working toward, and she was so happy to be on the verge of becoming a nurse. They wanted to bury her in her nurse's outfit. So the family had to go through and go to her room to get her white nurse's cap. And they don't
like a bloody crime scene when they did
it. Yeah,
it.
police don't fucking clean any of this shit up. So they had to walk through the fucking crime scene to get to her room to get her cap and
Just
leave.
go to the store.
Yeah, dude, go to Halloween Adventure. Just get her a slutty nurse outfit.
Jake. No more.
I didn't say anything.
Furman, you touched me and made me say it. I said that through you.
Jake, Furman, and Pat, no more. Fucking Richard Speck ends up going back to his apartment, and he just gets hammered. And by the next day, like, they're trying to figure out, who the fuck might have did this. They're asking around town. That was July 13th. July 15th, Richards, which would be a day and a half later, Richard Speck is drinking with other dudes that are hanging out the Shipyard Inn, and one of the guys is a man named Claude Lunsford. He becomes aware of who the police are looking out for. He places a call to 911, and he says, look, I'm pretty sure the guy that you're looking for is this guy that I've been drinking with.
Because he was like bragging about it, or just he matched the description?
Just by the police description, because the survivor, like, she saw his face.
Right, so there was a description, and then was there a
sketch. Yeah, there's a sketch too. And he's got a very distinct look too, and on top of that too, he's got severe acne.
Damn.
Yeah, so he's fucking 1966. He's a 25-year-old man with severe acne, so that would stand out.
Yeah.
But killing 8 people in one night, I would say that's pretty proactive.
He just told you to stop. Who was that? Who said that? Furman? Jake?
That better not be Aunt Pat again.
I think that was my stomach growling.
He calls 911 and he's like, look, I think the guy that committed these 8 fucking murders is here at the fucking Shipyard Inn. They never come. The police never come to the fucking Shipyard Inn.
It's 1966?
Yeah.
They're in the middle of all the race riots then. Right?
Okay.
They're too busy, like...
What do you have to say about that, Aunt Pat?
Nothing.
So that's July 15th. They call the cops. The cops never fucking come. July 16th, Speck's still drinking, he shatters a wine bottle and cuts his own wrist with the broken wine bottle
In his home or at the bar?
at the Shipyard Inn.
Okay.
One of the hotel employees ends up calling 911 and saying, "Hey, we got a guy here that is probably going to bleed out." They eventually come. They come for that.
Like, fine.
They come to get him. They're like, "Yeah, fine. We'll come get this fucking guy." They don't know it's the guy that fucking Claude Lunsford had called the night before about.
Right.
They come. They pick him up. They take him to the hospital. And one of the things that that the surviving witness was able to tell police is that on his arm he had a tattoo that said "Born to Raise Hell."
He sure was.
Just like yours.
Yes. And on the other forearm, he had a tattoo of Calvin pissing on the Chevrolet logo. So there's not many guys running around with both of those.
What are the odds?
So Richard Speck gets taken to the hospital, and he's being treated by a doctor named Dr. Leroy Smith. And Dr. Leroy Smith notices the fucking tattoo, the Calvin pissing on the Chevrolet logo. So he calls police.
This is fake.
No.
The Calvin logo.
Yeah, the Calvin's
tattoo.
fake. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But the Born to Raise Hell tattoo is
I'm
for
so
real.
glad you asked and not me. I was like,
Like that didn't fucking. He didn't drop Calvin and Hobbes till late 70s.
No, he's got a Killing and Hobbes tattoo. But dude, the doctor calls 911, and while he's waiting for the police to come,
He's like, aren't you a doctor?
he starts asking Richard Speck, like asking him if he knows anything about the murders.
So he knows he's fucking busted.
He is, but here's the thing: Richard Speck is sedated at this point. He ends up opening the floodgates.
Yeah, he's like
Oh,
truth
shit.
serum. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
telling this doctor all about the fucking murders.
Dude.
And the police get there, they end up arresting him, they take him in, but they can't use that information at trial because his lawyers are able to argue, like, okay, he was
He's under the
sedated.
influence
Right.
over- yeah.
So they weren't able to get the doctor to testify against him either for
Did
that
the doctor
reason.
arrest him like a citizen's arrest? Like with like
Yeah,
blood
can-
pressure cuffs? Just
He used the stethoscope to tie him up.
we have 60 seconds before the cops get here, or you're free.
I've been handcuffed by a constable in a hotel or in a fucking hospital
At a
bed.
hotel? What the fuck are you?
Prostitutes.
Should have been hooked up for how fucking expensive that stay was.
He gets busted. He goes to trial April 3rd, 1967. The trial only lasts fucking 12 days. By April 15th, he's found guilty of all 8 murders. And June 5th of 1967, he's sentenced to the electric chair. But as I mentioned, not long after, I think it was 1972, the Supreme Court made a ruling based on a case called Furman versus Georgia, where this guy, William Henry Furman, during the course of a robbery, he claims that he accidentally shot the homeowner. He says he tripped, the gun went off, and he killed him. But because it was in the commission of a felony,
Yeah.
he was eligible for the death penalty.
It was
But-
an honest mistake. Sorry.
Can I have Jake back now? Can I at least have Furman back?
Yeah.
So they ruled that was he was initially sentenced to die, this guy, fucking Furman, William Furman. But the Supreme Court eventually ruled that it violated, I think it was the 8th Amendment, which barred cruel and unusual punishment. So they viewed that as cruel and unusual punishment.
Because of his own account of it being a
Yes.
mistake.
Yeah, they bought that.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I know.
I didn't mean to kill him.
It's funny you give that kind of impression because the guy was mentally challenged.
Danny, you mark that and edit it out.
It's like that scene in Liar Liar when the secretary says,
He fell through the sunroof.
Strogan calls him a retard.
the pen is
The goddamn pen is retarded.
Man.
That's exactly what I thought of that scene.
Yeah.
That's why she hates lawyers and
Yep.
doesn't want to work for him anymore.
All right, so Richard Speck, he's initially sentenced to death, but then
You like the movie Liar Liar?
I love it, dude.
She was also in Mrs. Doubtfire. She was the,
Oh, yeah,
she
the,
was agent
the
checking
social
in. Yeah,
lady.
yeah. Drive by fruiting.
Sorry if I spiked that. I tried to aim it away from the mic. Do you like your tea with 2 sugars or 3?
All right, fuck it, Danny. Let's hear your hello.
Hello. Mike?
Hello.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
We're slipping.
I think we discovered how we're going to start the podcast from now on.
All right, we flip a coin and see if we just do 1 hour and a half of Mrs. Doubtfire impressions, or we talk about a serial killer.
We got to find a 3-sided coin. Actually, dude, I would consider that if we could every night. Like I would have a presentation prepared.
Yeah.
But then I'd also be prepared to do a Mrs. Doubtfire theme content episode, and then also an Impractical Jokers. That would really make it fun. So,
yeah, we'll talk more about it off air, Mike.
Mike would totally rent a zoo to come to the house for a birthday party, by the way.
all right, here's where things really get stinkerish.
He's already murdered 8 people, raped a couple.
No, the stinker aspect is the humorous thing. He hasn't done anything funny yet.
Okay,
To me,
yeah.
the only, I don't know, there's a couple humorous things. One is attacking his dad with a hammer, stepdad with a hammer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's stinker behavior.
Yeah, it's a little Tyke's hammer.
Stealing 70 cartons of cigarettes and selling them in the parking lot of the place
True,
where you
yeah.
fucking
That
sold
is
them.
very funny.
That's stinker behavior
But
too.
he's about to hit his stinker peak here, right?
Dog. In May of 1966, you guys familiar with a gentleman by the name of Bill Curtis? He's I don't know what fucking channel it is. Danny, do you know what channel it is? It's like they do might be not the ID channel. Biography. I think it's Biography. That Bill Curtis is the voice of all these fucking documentaries that feature a lot of murderers.
Okay.
At the time, though, Bill Curtis is a news guy in Chicago. He gets a hold of this fucking tape that was video of Richard Speck in jail. He got the tape in 1996. I believe the tape was from 1991. It shows Richard Speck hanging out with a couple of gentlemen. Richard Speck is the only white gentleman in this video. He's got a shirt off. He's got
I've seen this meme.
what?
Just a white, white shirt off, surrounded by. Never mind. Go ahead, Mike.
This motherfucker, Richard Speck, in this fucking video from 1991, has full-fledged swanging Midwest mama milkers. He has tits.
Like an implant situation?
Nope. Dog, he's been having estrogen smuggled into the prison.
Wait, what?
Dog,
For the pleasure of his cellmates?
Like it's not a disease.
Yes.
Hold on.
much like me, he was terrified of being beaten.
You wouldn't beat a man with tits now, would you? Now, come on, you wouldn't hit a guy with tits.
Tits are like the wheelchair of the torso.
Dude, wait till you get a load of Richard Speck's fucking titties.
Richard Spunk, dude, this is wild.
I'm a man of many weaknesses, Mike, and that's one of them.
Dog, it is so fucking disturbing to see.
What are these guys in the video doing with his tits?
Dog,
What's going on to the tits?
they're doing a ton of cocaine.
They're creating browsers.
In jail, they're doing cocaine for real?
John, it's a ton of cocaine.
Who's taking this video?
It's
Does somebody
jail
have an inmate have a camera? Or is
They
it
do.
CCTV.
No, it's an inmate that has a camera, and
How
they're
the fuck did that get in jail? What prison wallet did somebody put a fucking camera in?
John. They're filming him. They're asking him all kinds of questions, asking him what he likes about jail, if he likes being in the role that he is, which is basically he's like this group's bitch.
Is it
He's
another
He's
inmate?
getting
It is.
spit
Like
roasted.
inmate Charlie Rose doing this interview? Just wow.
This is Charlie Thorne. Dude, they're filming him. The guy he's sitting next to, it's so disturbing how cool this fucking guy is throughout the whole video. The guy's sitting there with his arms crossed, his feet up. He's got sunglasses on, and he's just listening to Richard give his answers to all these questions that the guy off camera is posing to him. The entire time, Richard Speck is sitting there with his shirt off and his fat fucking tits out.
Jesus.
Wait till you see these fucking titties.
I can't
Does he
wait
have
to see
facial
these
hair?
titties, Mike.
He does not, Jake, but I'm trying to think what he looks like. Fucking, you know the politician Boris Johnson?
Yes.
He looks like Boris Johnson
No.
with fucking tits.
So almost everyone's aunt.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does, dude. He looks like a fucking 65-year-old aunt.
Damn.
Speaking of which, can I talk to Aunt Pat again?
I will not show you my knockers.
I'm not asking that, Aunt Pat.
All right. Okay.
I just
Don't
want
be
you to.
weird, Aunt Pat.
I cannot wait to show you this guy's fucking tits. On top of this, too.
Your Aunt Pat? You want to show Aunt Pat this person's tits?
Yes, Jake.
You
We're gonna
did
go.
just ask to speak with Aunt Pat.
All right,
Yeah.
can I have Jake
In her
back, please, so I can
defense.
finish this
Okay.
conversation? Jake, is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Oh my god, we've gone full tardo.
In the video, it's a Q&A with Richard Speck and his fucking fat titties swinging, breezing through the wind. It is the Windy City, so they got some fucking wiggle to them. He's sitting there. How do you guys, after doing mountains of cocaine, how do you think the video ends?
Like most of those videos. No.
3 penises.
Just one. Richard Speck ends
TF though?
Richard Speck ends up sucking the dick of the gentleman next to him.
The one who was sitting with his feet up the whole time?
Yes.
Damn.
I was really hoping he was going to get titty fucked.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to see with my own eyes.
But you can't see this. Apparently, Bill Curtis did. And I don't know how many other people saw this video, but the only part that I could find was the interview, the Q&A section. But you see his titties, though.
Yeah, yeah.
You see his titties, you see the cocaine, you see 2 of the other guys, but you don't see Richard Speck sucking this gentleman's dick, which he ends up doing.
That's a Damn and Tommy sex tape.
Maybe I should have just gone to jail for a couple days when I got arrested.
And here the 3 of us have been growing our tits out for nothing. Although we do have this in our favor. If we ever went to jail, we could hit the ground running with these
Oh, man.
these babies.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not. That was a fucking M. Night Shyamalan ending, dude. That
Dog.
was.
This is a real shame.
Was he transitioning? Or was this purely like a defense tactic?
It was
Like a butterfly that has like a poisonous design that, scares away predators.
he just wanted to be left alone. He was not a woman. He was not transitioning to his true self.
Yeah.
These were self-defense titties.
He wanted to be left alone, but he was voluntarily sucking dick. I mean, if you're surrounded by bad men, having a fresh set of knockers ain't gonna keep them away. You're gonna get more attention.
It's going to bring a lot of boys to the yard.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Milkshake time.
Man, there's so many questions here.
But his whole thing was not getting beat up. Yeah. And I guess if you're sucking dick, it's hard to beat up somebody who's sucking your dick.
Yeah.
I feel like it probably happens more often than not.
Could you, in your heart of hearts, could you imagine socking somebody who's sucking your meat?
You become a different person in prison, Mike.
Jake, Furman, and Aunt Pat, could you imagine socking somebody that's sucking your meat?
No. Not during. Probably not after either.
Jake, what's the meanest thing you've ever done while getting your dick sucked?
Oh, man. Not. I'm not getting into this.
Implicate yourself so this can be later used in court. Dude, imagine John on the fucking stand testifying in that outfit.
Your Honor, what's wrong with this outfit?
He's swearing in on a copy of Jugs magazine.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I thought there was a longer hike today. That's why I wore this outfit.
Yeah, and good one, dickhead.
This is the saddest part of this story, too.
Well,
I didn't think there was going to be any more.
Yeah.
After that.
Guess what?
on the rest of the tape was a Mrs. Doubtfire audition.
They taped over it.
Yeah, that's why he had the knocker. She's like, hello.
On
Did he
December.
die of breast cancer?
No.
Oh,
December 5th, 1991, the day before his 50th birthday, Richard Speck dies of a heart attack.
With all that added weight.
Jake, the entire cell block, tears in their eyes, taking down all the over the hill party favors they had made.
It's almost like what they did for Betty White.
Man, how about her doing a People magazine shoot talking about being 100?
Wild. Yeah, I think that proves that you should never, ever plan a 100th birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got to be spur of the moment. And if Party City's that close that day, sorry, mom. It's like you're eating ShopRite cupcakes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even planning my next birthday. So.
Well, boys.
That was seriously a fucking twist ending right there.
Yeah.
A titty twist ending.
Have you guys ever read Grapes of Wrath? It was like that ending.
No, but don't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm never going to read it, but you better not spoil it for me.
And all my lit heads out there know what I'm talking about.
What does that mean?
Literary.
Ah, okay.
It's with the slang.
Is it the same ending as of Mice and Men?
You know, that's how every book
Two
ends
migrant
for me.
workers killing bunnies and
Yeah.
Is that a puppy in your pocket, or you just happen to see me?
no, seriously, why is there so much moisture down there? Why is your penis drooling? All right, get me out of here.
He was seriously. You said the video was 96. I think the Doubtfire was 94.
The video was made in 91. It came out in 96. Somebody sent it to Bill Curtis, and Bill Curtis passed it along to the general public.
Damn.
Is Bill Curtis still around?
I believe he is.
Happy birthday on Earth, Bill Curtis. You're the man for that.
Very handsome guy.
Send
Is
us
he?
an MP4.
He is somebody that could easily trick old people into buying shit that they don't need.
Yeah.
He's one of these
Yeah.
guys.
Who's doing that? Tom Selleck these days?
Wilford Brimley.
But he's dead now too.
What was he selling besides diabetes medicine?
He was selling
Herbalife.
diabetes. Yeah. He was selling Herbalife?
Probably. Now that motherfucker's selling Urban Death.
That's unfounded.
Man.
All right, boys.
All right.
That was
That
incredible.
was a good one.
I appreciate you guys being respectful of the dead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, Jake, Furman, and Aunt Pat were very respectful.
Thank you.
Even though I yelled at you, Jake.
You know, I thought of a lot of bad things, but I didn't say them.
I'm not usually such a cruel person.
Listen, when
You guys bring it out of me.
they say
I don't bring shit out of anybody.
they say in war when a soldier goes down. I mean, Mike would kind of know. He did boot camp. When a soldier goes down, the next soldier picks up the flag and keeps going. So we weren't saying the nasty things tonight. So you had to pick up the flag.
All right. Now
I appreciate you
doing.
doing that, John. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Cut the tape.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next week on Little Stinkers.
Bye.
Oh, one more thing I want to mention. Oh, if you're not a patron already, consider joining our Patreon. Patrons get this video and audio download first. And if you want to do that, you go to patreon.com/Little Stinkers. That's LILSTINKERS. You get all the episodes early. You get a ton of extra shit. And we are about to film. We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to film our first Mini Stinkers episode, which will be exclusive to patrons.
It's a littler stinker.
I was a little nervous you were going to say we were going to recreate the Richard Speck video. I was like, oh, God.
Let me bring my titty measure out and see and cast these rolls.
Yeah.
But if you're a patron already, thank you so much for supporting us. We love doing this shit. We love interacting with you guys, and we love that you make this possible. If you're not, join them. Join at patreon.com/Little Stinkers. All right, guys. Love you. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.